I'm Elizabeth at Literary Princess, and today I am doing my January 2023 TBR. Wow! Kind of hard to believe, but yeah, I'm planning for January. So January is going to be an interesting month for me because I am taking my qualifying exams, also known as the comprehensive exams, on January 16th. So all of this reading that I've been doing is finally going to be put to use writing these essays. And I'm very nervous. But it also means that my exam reading is completely winding down and I don't really have much more to do. So I can kind of just start reading whatever I want. So the first part of the month is probably going to be really focused on reading some shorter things for my exams that I need to get done. And then after that, it's kind of like, I'm free. Yay! So let's get into it. First up, some stuff that I need to do for my exams is read articles in literary journals like Victorian Studies and the Victorian Review. So one of the things that my committee members want me to do is be able to talk about the kind of major issues in Victorian studies right now. So I am reading these to kind of find out what those are. This particular issue has a bunch of ones dealing with women's anger as expressed through the dramatic monologue. And I've read a few others about portrayals of rape and sexual assault in Victorian novels. So I think that is probably an issue that I'll bring in because I have quite a few books I can bring that up on and write a good essay on. The other one is kind of eco-criticism and ecology and all of that, so I might also be writing about that. But so these aren't things that I'm like gonna rate and talk about a whole lot on here, but I did want to mention that I'm reading them. And then in the same vein, I have to read some short pieces for my feminist theory list. I have gotten through all the full-length books. Yeah. Go me. But now I have a bunch of short essays. So I will be reading those. A lot of them I have in this Feminist Theory, a Reader, edited by Wendy K. Colmar and Francis Barkowski. So these are things like, what do I have? The Laugh of Medusa by Helene somebody, Sorrell? I don't actually know how to pronounce her last name. I can like picture it. Cixous. I have no idea how to pronounce that. The Cyborg Manifesto by Donna Haraway. A Black Feminist Statement by the Combahee River Collective. Declaration of Sentiments by Elizabeth Cady Stanton. And then Enfranchisement of Women by Harriet Taylor. And a few others like that. So I'll be just going through those, taking my notes as usual. And I won't be talking about them much here either because I can't really rate them or mark them as read on Goodreads, but I will be reading them. Now into the actual books, which I have 6 of right now. 5 physical ones and then one on my Kindle to talk about. So first up is A Sunless Heart by Edith Johnstone. I do technically have this on my exam reading list, so if I can get to it before the exam, that would be great. And I think I probably will read this fairly early on, but I am chairing a panel at the Northeast Modern Language Association Conference, NEMLA, in March, and one of my presenters is talking about this book, so I wanted to read it. Also, it's an underread Victorian novel by a woman, so it's my thing. It's very short too. I like that. Oh, it's even shorter than expected because some of this is the introduction. Love that. I love short. I don't actually know what this is about. Let's find out. First third focuses on Gasparine O'Neill. That's a name. who shares an intense connection with her sickly twin brother, Gasper and Gasparine. Edith Johnstone, I kind of want to punch you right now. Living in poverty, the two struggle to live decently until he dies. Here, gritty naturalism gives way to fantasy as she is rescued from despair by the brilliant Lotus Grace, a much admired teacher at the local ladies' college. Sexually exploited from the age of 12 by her sister's friend, Lotus cannot love anyone, not even her illegitimate child. Gasparine devotes herself to Lotus, but Lotus finds her final brief happiness with a woman student, Mona Leficadio, a passionate Trinidadian heiress, exploring issues of race, sexuality, and class. And then it gets cut off because of a sticker on the back. This sounds really interesting, and like I should probably read it before my exams because it might be useful for that potential essay I might write about sexual assault. So, it sounds good. Next up is a fun book. The next 3 are fun books. Fun books, what's that? I don't know. I'm so excited. This is Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Tsujimura. And this is a portal fantasy about several kids who I believe end up going through their bedroom mirrors, yes, and end up in this castle. They have some kind of quest, I think. I've heard a lot of people read this and really love it. I love portal fantasies. I am writing one myself, kind of, and by writing I mean I have it in my head and I just need to get it onto paper. So I love reading other people's, and I have had this for a while and wanted to read it. I didn't get a chance to in 2022, so I want to just go right into it for 2023. Next up is one that I actually got for Christmas. This is Now You See Her by Whitney Otto. So this sounds like it's magical realism about a woman named Kiki Shaw who realizes that she's starting to vanish. Like a cat walks through her, her coworkers are writing her notes even though she's sitting right there. Her mirror image is growing increasingly unpredictable. And so it's kind of like, okay, what do we do now? So this sounds like it'll be really good. It's fairly short. And I don't know, it sounds fun and I want fun right now. And then for my Fairy Tale Friday read of January, this is Fairest by Gail Carson Levine. It is a retelling of Snow White, focused on a young girl named Aza, who has a wonderful singing voice and who is able to kind of throw her voice, so like she can do ventriloquism, but she's not beautiful. And so she ends up getting asked by the new queen, who is beautiful but who can't sing, and they're in a country where singing is very important, to make it seem as if the queen is singing beautifully. So I've read this before. This is a reread, and that's actually why I chose it for my January Fairy Tale Friday read, is because I do have these exams, so I wanted something that I was already familiar with and that was kind of easy. And this is a middle grade book, so it's easy, it's short. I can get it done and get a video out on it. I am doing a video on this one. So I'm so excited. I love fairy tale retellings. I haven't gotten to read enough of them in the last year, so I'm excited. Okay, and then next up is my George Eliot project read of January. This is Scenes of a Clerical Life. It's a collection of 3 novellas. The sad fortunes of Reverend Amos Barton, Mr. Gilfil's love story, and Janet's repentance. So I will be doing a vlog for reading these, and that will be the kickoff of the George Eliot project, which I'm very excited about. I got this one for Christmas as well. Next up is one that I have on my Kindle. This is Princess Napraxine by Ouida. I am reading this potentially for my dissertation. So I read Ouida's Moths a few years ago, and Absolutely adored it. Princess Napraxine sounds like it's going to be in a very similar vein, and I'm hoping that the main character will kind of work for what I am thinking my dissertation will be on, but I'm not gonna say what that is yet because it's not finalized and it could change. But I do want to read this and I'm excited to read it. So that is what I'm reading in January. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think? What are you reading to kick off your new year? It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.